In 1963, in a small town in central Turkey, a man decided that his basement was simply too small. There was nothing unusual about the house, and nothing unusual about the wall he had decided to remove. It was an ordinary afternoon of ordinary work, the sort of job that happens in 1,000 houses every day. He swung, and the wall gave way, and the dust settled into something he was not expecting at all. Behind the wall, where there should have been packed earth pressing back against the stone, there was nothing at all. There was a gap, and beyond the gap, cut carefully by hand into the rock, there was a tunnel. He had no idea what he was looking at, and for now, neither do we. The tunnel ran for some distance, and then it opened out into a room. The walls were covered in chisel marks, and the air inside had not moved in a very long time. And then he noticed the thing that turned a curiosity into something else entirely. The room had other exits, more than one, leading away in different directions into the dark. Those passages led to further chambers, and those chambers led to stairways cut downward into the rock. He kept going, because there was always another level below the one he was standing on. What he had opened with the sledgehammer that afternoon was the largest underground city of the ancient world. It descends roughly 85 meters into solid rock, around 280 feet straight down. Every meter of that was cut by hand, without machinery, without explosives, and without any way to see the whole thing at once. And it was built to hold as many as 20,000 people at once. Not 20,000 people alone, but 20,000 people together with their livestock and their food stores. At this point, most people assume they know what this is, and they are almost always wrong. This is not Pompeii. Nobody here was caught by an eruption, and nothing here was entombed under falling ash. The volcanoes did something else here entirely. Something that happened long before anyone arrived. Their eruptions laid down enormous depths of ash, which compacted over time into a soft stone called Tuff. Tuff is soft enough to cut with simple hand tools, and it hardens once it is exposed to the air. So the volcano did not bury this city. The volcano is the reason this city could be dug at all. These people were not trapped underground by anything. They went down deliberately, and then they kept going. The city is organized in layers, spiraling around one enormous central shaft that runs from top to bottom. Nearest the surface sit the practical spaces, the storage rooms, the stables, the armories, and small churches. The living quarters lie deeper down, further from the surface, and further from whoever might be up there, which raises an obvious practical problem. And the solution is one of the most impressive things down there. Ventilation shafts cut through the rock kept the deepest levels breathable, with no mechanical systems of any kind. 85 meters of rock above you, and air that still moves, because someone worked out exactly where to cut. And from the surface, none of it was visible, because the entrances were deliberately hidden. They were built inside ordinary houses at street level, indistinguishable from any other doorway in the town. Inside the tunnels, the passages could be sealed with enormous circular slabs of stone, rolled into place across the way. They were designed to be moved from one side only, from within, and they could not be opened from outside. And bored through the center of each of those doors, there is a hole. With the door sealed shut, a defender standing behind it could push a spear straight through that opening. Every clever thing about this city is, on closer inspection, an answer to something coming from above. Nor was it alone. Tunnels run for more than 8 kilometers, connecting it to a second underground city at Kaimakli. You could travel between 2 underground cities without ever once coming up into the daylight. More than 360 underground settlements have now been mapped across the region. They are spread across roughly 7,700 square miles of the same soft volcanic rock. One researcher who has studied the site describes it simply as a stone iceberg. His comparison is that the underground portion runs, on average, 6 to 10 times deeper than the buildings standing above it. Which leaves the question the whole story has been circling. How does something this size get forgotten? The answer is uncomfortably recent. In 1923, a population exchange removed the region's last significant Christian communities. The people who knew where the entrances were and what they had been built for simply left. Within roughly 40 years, that knowledge was gone entirely, until a sledgehammer found it again by accident. Archaeologists arrived soon after, and the site was opened to the public 2 years later, in 1965. Even now, only around 40 meters of it have ever been excavated. Most of the city has never been surveyed, and it is still happening. In 2015, another underground city was reported beneath a hilltop castle nearby, found during construction, which brings us back to a man in a basement who wanted more room and found a city instead. Every account written since records the discovery, the depth, the 20,000 people, and not one of them records his name. So what would you have done if that wall had opened in your house? Share your thoughts below and subscribe for more journeys like this one.